Well, as the leader pointed out, we know what's coming next, and that is the Democrats' reckless $3.5 trillion tax and spending spree. And we know it's going to raise taxes on middle-income Americans. I am particularly concerned and interested in this subject because agriculture is our #1 industry in South Dakota, and farmers and ranchers stand to bear the brunt of a lot of these tax increases. There was a study done by Texas A&M, and in their 30-state region that that is contained in their database, they said that every farm and ranch operation would be impacted, and that the average tax liability for farm or ranch operation in this country would be $700,000 under the Biden proposal. In South Dakota, and like a lot of states that are represented here today, we have generationally owned, family-owned small businesses, farms and ranches. You want to see them to be able to pass that on to the next generation. And what this double death tax would do, as the leader alluded to, not only do you have the death tax, which hits these farm and ranch operations, but now you will have this new increased capital gains tax, which does away with what's called the step up in basis, which dramatically increases the tax liability for people in this country. And we're not talking about rich people. The gentleman that the leader referred to in Kentucky pays himself $75,000 a year. He invested in these apartment buildings 27 years ago, and he was hoping at the age of 64 to be able to have a little nest egg for retirement. And his tax advisor has told him that it would reduce his take-home pay, or what he would get out of the sale of that asset, by a half. He'd end up with a half of what he was looking at for his own retirement after investing for 27 years in that business enterprise. That's going to happen repeatedly all across the country if what the Biden tax plan and the Democrats' reckless tax and spending spree here on Capitol Hill is allowed to go forward. We are going to do everything that we can to stop it. We are going to stand with middle-income Americans who are going to be hit, and again bear the burden of paying for all this new massive increases in spending that the Democrats are proposing. And we just think that the American people, when they find out what's going on, no matter their income class, are going to say enough already. And we're going to be there with them, trying to stop this at every turn. And we expect that when this is all said and done, the American people, when they render a verdict on this idea, it's going to be a big thumbs down. Next up is Senator Barrasso.